Clear violation of international humanitarian laws. Clear violation of international humanitarian laws. Israel continues its bombardment of the Gaza Strip. Israel continues its bombardment of the Gaza Strip. Worsening the humanitarian crisis. Worsening the humanitarian crisis. To secure the release of the cargo ship. To secure the release of the cargo ship. To condemn Israel's bombardment of Gaza. To condemn Israel's bombardment of Gaza. Between the heatwave and the wind, it's only going to get worse. Between the heatwave and the wind, it's only going to get worse. The situation is completely out of control. The situation is completely out of control. Artillery fire killed at least 12 Palestinians. Artillery fire killed at least 12 Palestinians. Israeli tanks have surrounded the Indonesian hospital. Israeli tanks have surrounded the Indonesian hospital. Israeli tanks have surrounded the Indonesian hospital. An Israeli airstrike destroyed their house. An Israeli airstrike destroyed their house. A Jordanian field hospital has entered the besieged Gaza Strip. A Jordanian field hospital has entered the besieged Gaza Strip. Too many civilian losses in Gaza bombardment. Too many civilian losses in Gaza bombardment. With the U.S.'s tacit approval. With the U.S.'s tacit approval. "13 premature babies evacuated from Al-Shifa Hospital." 13 premature babies evacuated from Al-Shifa Hospital. Minor challenges to Israel-Hamas captive deal. Minor challenges to Israel-Hamas captive deal. Doctor injured after Israeli artillery fire. Doctor injured after Israeli artillery fire. The psychological effects of war. The psychological effects of war. They're running for their lives. They're running for their lives. Aid workers should be providing relief services. Aid workers should be providing relief services. Many suffering life-changing consequences. Many suffering life-changing consequences. Israel respects no international laws or conventions. Israel respects no international laws or conventions. Israel's ugly war against civilians. Israel's ugly war against civilians. To prevent a humanitarian catastrophe. To prevent a humanitarian catastrophe. Israel's slaughter of Palestinian children must end. Israel's slaughter of Palestinian children must end. The international community should push for an immediate ceasefire. The international community should push for an immediate ceasefire. At least cut off political ties with Israel. At least cut off political ties with Israel. A very grave incident. A very grave incident. How much more violence, bloodshed and misery will it take? How much more violence, bloodshed and misery will it take to treat the massive number of Palestinians injured? To treat the massive number of Palestinians injured. To express solidarity with Palestinians. To express solidarity with Palestinians. At least 13,000 Palestinians have been killed. At least 13,000 Palestinians have been killed. 30,000 wounded in Gaza since Israel launched its attacks. 30,000 wounded in Gaza since Israel launched its attacks. At least 5,500 of the dead are children. At least 5,500 of the dead are children. 2 Palestinian mothers every hour are being killed. 2 Palestinian mothers every hour are being killed. Forcibly displaced Palestinians. Forcibly displaced Palestinians. Safe corridors. Safe corridors. We saw death in every color. We saw death in every color. People of Gaza don't know any place to go. People of Gaza don't know any place to go.